Hey everybody, this is TJ. Welcome to day 15. Yes, we are at the end of another week again, but it's been so much fun. Today, I want to explore something from a question that I got. And this question is, it really struck me because it is so familiar. And the question was, how do we deal? What is this thing about getting negative emotions? Now, I have had a life filled with negative emotions and I've sought different ways to deal with it. But negative emotions come from one thing and one thing only. That is when you have compromised so much that you cannot be you. And when you are not you, you live in conflict on the inside. And this conflict grows and grows and it frustrates you. It makes you angry. It turns everything, it contaminates everything in your environment, even the good things that are happening to you. So a new way to address that negative emotions is not to react when it shows up, is to go a little deeper and look for the compromise that has made this a reality in your life. Now, let's talk about relationships because relationships, whether it's with family, personal, or anything or any area, is going to be the place where you are going to feel like you need to sacrifice yourself the most. Now, I'm not immune to this. Nobody is. The toughest thing that you will have to navigate in your life is going to have to be relationships. And you would have to learn the skills to deal with that. And you will also find out that even when you have the skills and you don't have somebody that is willing to work with you, that this will also just be a one-sided skill level that you will be practicing. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is the beauty of it. There's nothing wrong with any of this. Everybody gets to do it their way. The freedom that you have is the freedom you give to everybody else. So let's come back to this negative emotion that prevents you from you being you. And we establish that that is always, or most times, based on a compromise of your values, a compromise of your deeply held beliefs. Say, for example, that you are a young 30-year-old woman that wants to have a kid, and you are with some guy that you love that is not wanting to have a kid right now. Then that is a conflict on a very formal desire, a very solid desire, a very solid value, a very solid thing that that person wants. If she compromises that, she will always be in conflict, always be in pain. Now, here's a real life deal. Can you find what you've compromised right now in your relationship, any of these relationships, and are fighting the person to get it back instead of just stopping the compromise and let things fall the way they do? Can you do that? Can you identify that? Now, most people, most of us have done this. We would rather fight the person and blame them. And that's our victim cycle. Instead of taking full responsibility that I chose to self-sacrifice, to self-compromise, to self-betray, because I believed at the time that it was going to get me what I want. Here's the real deal. When you self-betray, self-compromise, you will not get what you want. because what you want will not be organic. What you want will be born out of that compromise. It will be born out of that lack within you. So even if it does show up, it will not be enough. It will not be enough. You will need 10 times that amount to discover that it's not enough. What are you willing to sacrifice? Your joy, your peace, your mental well-being for the compromise? I mean, this is a serious question that you would have to ask yourself if you are in a relationship right now. At what point do you say that I want to be happy? I want to step to do it to another level and give up all of it. Give up the compromise and seek out the peace, the joy, the love, the spontaneity, the everything. Or do you want to stay bitter and blaming? These are the choices before us. But remember, your negative emotion ultimately just comes from that one source. You not being you. And that is as deep as I can go with you on this video. So go ponder this and have a fantastic weekend. Until I see you again. Cheers.